ready to ditch the well-trodden path. Forge your own.
Sounds exciting.
We're diving deep into Peter Thiel's 0 to 1. His ideas on startups are, well,
Bold. Revolutionary.
definitely. We'll be unpacking those, rethinking monopolies.
Really makes you think differently about those.
It does. And we'll explore a future driven by technology, not just globalization.
It's about understanding what truly drives change, right?
Absolutely. And Thiel doesn't mess around. Right out of the gate, he hits us with this question.
Oh, I know this one. What important truth do very few people agree with you on?
That's the one. It's like he's handing you a compass, right?
Totally. It points you toward uncharted territory, the path less traveled.
Thinking for yourself, uncovering those hidden opportunities.
Like everyone's always talking about globalization, but Thiel says, look, it's technology that really matters.
He uses China as an example. Without tech breakthroughs.
They hit a wall.
Exactly. It's like they're just adding more lanes to the highway.
Instead of inventing the flying car.
And that's the difference between expanding on what's already there.
And leaping into the unknown. Going from 0 to 1.
And here's where Thiel really throws a curveball. Monopolies.
Not all they're cracked up to be.
He argues they're not inherently bad.
In fact, they can be a sign of real innovation.
You're creating something so valuable that you dominate the space.
Think of it like this. Would you rather fight tooth and nail in a crowded market?
Like that cutthroat restaurant scene in Palo Alto.
Or carve out your own niche?
Like PayPal did with online payments.
Every successful company, they're all different. Each one solves a problem.
In a way no one else can.
Right. It's like Tolstoy said, all happy families are alike. Each unhappy family is unhappy in its own way.
But Thiel's saying the opposite is true in business.
Makes you think.
Ah,
And that's why chasing competition,
it could be a trap.
you're so busy trying to beat the other guy.
You miss the bigger picture.
Totally.
Yeah.
Like, Thiel talks about how he missed out on a Supreme Court clerkship.
Really?
Yeah, and looking back, he sees it as a blessing in disguise.
Push him onto a different path.
The entrepreneurial path, sometimes losing in the traditional sense.
Opens up a whole new world of possibilities.
Think about Microsoft and Google, that epic rivalry.
They were so busy going head to head.
Apple swooped in and changed the game completely.
They were so focused on each other, they missed the bigger opportunity.
Exactly. And that leads us to another key insight, the power law.
This is a big one.
We don't live in a world of normal distribution. It's all about power laws.
A few things have a disproportionate impact.
It's not just about working hard. It's about focusing your energy. Like, remember when Yahoo tried to buy Facebook?
Back when it was just a little startup,
Mark Zuckerberg, he understood the power law.
he knew Facebook could be huge.
More than just another acquisition, a global phenomenon.
This idea, it changes everything. How we approach our careers, investments, our lives. So we're talking about those rare opportunities, the ones with massive potential.
And that takes us to another big idea from Thiel, secrets.
Okay, like some hidden formula, locked away in a vault.
You're picturing the recipe for Coca-Cola, aren't you?
Maybe. Or the secret to cold fusion.
Right. But Thiel says there are secrets hidden in nature.
Like the laws of physics.
Exactly. But there are also secrets hidden in plain sight.
Things people overlook because they just haven't connected the dots.
It's like that saying the best place to hide something is in plain sight.
Interesting.
Like, think about nutrition. Thiel says, we know more about distant stars.
Bit about our own bodies.
Wild, isn't it?
It really is. So much we're still figuring out about food.
How it impacts our health, even our minds.
It's true. So say you've uncovered a secret, a hidden truth with huge potential. What then? What do you do with it?
That's the million-dollar question, right? Thiel says it depends on the secret. Some secrets are riskier to reveal than others.
I can see that.
But for entrepreneurs, it's about harnessing those secrets.
To build something game-changing.
Exactly.
And to do that, you need the right team, the right company culture.
Thiel's really strong on this point. It's not enough to just gather a bunch of smart people.
We have more than that.
It's about finding people who are aligned
Aligned how?
with the company's mission, people who share that deep conviction.
They're all in on the same vision.
Exactly. It reminds me of that story about the PayPal mafia.
Oh yeah, the early employees went on to found Tesla, SpaceX, LinkedIn.
YouTube. The list goes on.
That wasn't just luck, right? That shared history.
It speaks to the power of a shared vision, a culture built on a grand mission.
Believing that they were, creating the future.
Together.
And that belief, that sense of purpose, it had a ripple effect.
Spread way beyond PayPal itself.
Which brings us to another crucial point. Distribution. The art of selling. which, honestly, sometimes gets a bad rap.
It's seen as this sleazy thing, but Thiel flips the script on that too.
How so?
He argues the best sales, they're almost invisible.
Invisible how?
It's not about manipulation, it's about genuine connection, building trust.
Making sure your product gets to the people who really need it.
Right. It's like that saying, people hate being sold to, but they love to buy.
It's about making the buying experience so smooth, so enjoyable, you don't even realize it's happening.
Exactly. Now, this reminds me of another fascinating point Thiel makes.
Shoot.
Man versus machine.
Oh, here we go. The robots are coming.
Right. We always hear about AI replacing humans.
Cue the Terminator theme music.
But Thiel, he offers a different perspective.
Does he think the robots aren't coming?
He believes computers are tools. Powerful tools, yes.
But just tools.
That can augment human capabilities, not replace them.
We can work together.
Like he talks about how PayPal tackled credit card fraud.
That was a huge problem for them, right?
Yeah.
Early days of online payments.
They realized that algorithms by themselves weren't enough.
The fraudsters, they caught on too quick.
So they created a hybrid approach,
Humans and machines working together.
combining the speed of algorithms with human intuition.
Kind of like the machines flagged suspicious activity
And humans made the final call. You need that human judgment.
to catch the things the algorithms miss.
And it worked. This approach was way more effective.
More than either one alone.
Exactly.
It's like instead of just one brain, you've got this massive computing power alongside it.
Right. And Thiel actually uses the whole clean tech boom and bust as an example here. You had all these companies trying to change the world, best intentions.
But so many of them, they didn't make
They
it.
forgot the fundamentals.
How so? What happened?
Distribution, that was a big one.
Getting your product out there.
And making it stand out. They were too focused on, like, building a slightly better gas guzzler when what they needed was a flying car.
And I remember that story Thiel tells about his no suits rule.
Oh, yeah, at Founders Fund.
If a clean tech CEO showed up in a suit, that was it.
Deal breaker.
It was like a signal.
They were more worried about appearances than the actual work.
Interesting. So we've talked about finding secrets, building teams, navigating the market. But what about the founders themselves?
The people behind these companies.
The ones who make it all happen. What makes them different?
Thiel has some interesting thoughts on this. He calls it the founder's paradox.
Okay, what's that about?
He's noticed that a lot of successful founders, they share certain traits.
Like what?
They're often kind of contradictory.
Contradictory how?
Like they're insiders and outsiders at the same time.
Don't follow the rules, but they create their own.
They're ambitious, but also maybe a little eccentric. Think Richard Branson.
Okay, yeah. Or Lady Gaga.
Exactly.
They're comfortable breaking the mold.
And that's what allows them to see things differently, challenge the status quo.
They drive progress.
They're not afraid to be different.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into 0 to 1, it's like Thiel is leaving us with this challenge.
A call to action, almost.
To embrace the audacity to build something new. In a world that's so obsessed with incrementalism.
He's asking us to think bigger.
To break free from conformity.
Find those contrarian truths.
The ones that few people agree with.
Because those are often the seeds of truly groundbreaking ideas.
It all comes back to that question, doesn't it? What's our 0 to 1? What unique value can we bring to the world? Something to think about. As you go out there, remember those contrarian truths. Challenge those assumptions. Dare to build something truly extraordinary, because the future belongs to those who create it.